Good afternoon, my name is Nicholas Perrin, the founder of Authentic Freedom Now, and this week's topic is around self-sabotage. So I'm going to quickly cover three key areas around self-sabotage today, just to give you a quick overview, which is what is self-sabotage, how does it play out in our life, and how do we transcend it? So self-sabotage is like, just imagine if you were running a 100-meter sprint, where the objective clearly is to run as fast as you can to the other side of the field. However, instead of just running just with yourself, you've got an elastic band attached to your pants. And so if you were to run as fast as you could, and even if you were to make it to the other side, there would be a lot of resistance pulling you back on the elastic cord. Or in some cases, you may even take some steps forward and get flung back behind where you even started. So what is actually happening here? So the elastic band represents resistance, which is the mind's way of keeping us safe, of keeping us within the realms of what we know and what we are comfortable with. So anything outside of our comfort zone, or anything that we perceive to be outside of our box, which represents uncertainty, would then generate this resistance, especially if we have a limited mindset. And especially if we have limiting beliefs around the area of, I'm not capable, I'm not good enough, I'm not supported, it's not safe. So anything like that would absolutely generate self-sabotage into anything that we, let's say, perceive to really want to actualize. So for example, let's say your dream is to become a public speaker, or to start a new business venture, or to maybe make a new group of friends, or to maybe go traveling overseas, something that maybe is outside of your comfort zone. If you had a lot of limiting beliefs, then self-sabotage would kick in. So how would it look like, or how does it actually materialize in one's life? So some of the common areas would be just doing the same things over and over again. So doing the medial tasks, the things that you're familiar with, and always putting off those tasks or challenges which really stretch you or go beyond your current capabilities. Another self-sabotage technique that the mind may use is, for example, smoking or drinking or taking drugs or taking any kind of supplement to maybe perhaps numb your abilities, and then to give yourself the excuse of, well, no, now's not really a good time, I'm not really in the right headspace. Another way would be, for example, someone that is always paying more attention to what other people are doing in their lives and spending their life concerned about what others are doing. So they're really not allowing themselves or giving themselves the opportunity to introspectively look at their own life, and therefore to make shifts within themselves. So more importantly, and the most important step is, how do we transcend it? And by far the most important aspect is awareness. Without awareness, we really can't really transcend anything. And so the first point of call is to start to become aware that you are actually self-sabotaging yourself. So the next step is to actually own the feeling that you feel. What is the resistance in the body that you're feeling? So for example, if you're feeling scared, or if you're feeling confused, or if you're feeling frightened, or you might even feel angry, then find the feeling in the body, wherever it is. It might be in the throat, for example. You might feel like a restriction in the throat. Go into the feeling and just acknowledge it. And just say, I am feeling sad. I am feeling angry. I am feeling hurtful, whatever it is. The next thing is to actually take responsibility and to own, so not only to own the feeling, but to take responsibility for it. So by doing that, you're acknowledging whatever it is in the external environment that you became aware of the self-sabotage pattern. So for example, if someone else did something that triggered you, then you would express gratitude and appreciation to that person. You don't have to say it to them directly, but at least within yourself, you'd say, thank you for showing me what it is within me that I'm now able to actually transcend and move beyond. So that's one way of taking responsibility. The next thing is to really feel the feeling. So for example, if you're feeling a constriction around the throat, go into the throat and feel it. So you'll need to give yourself a bit of space and time to do that. Sometimes it can be a very, very quick process. Other times it may take longer. So go into the feeling, feel it, and you'll probably notice that the feeling will intensify. It'll get to a certain level. And as you just allow it to be there and you just accept it and you welcome it, you will feel like you will move beyond the feeling, and you'll enter the space of peacefulness. So imagine if you're like diving off a cliff, and it's a cloudy cliff and you can't see where you're going. It's like the first few moments of while you're diving off and you're in a complete space of uncertainty, then the feeling of anxiety may actually increase. But then as you gently and effortlessly into that cool, beautiful blue pond beneath you, and you feel the water soothing, just caressing your skin, and you feel how peaceful that is. That's the space that you'll enter when you've allowed the feeling to actually move through the body, and you let the emotions go, or whatever the feeling is that you were holding on to. So good luck in finding areas in your life that you feel self-sabotage in. This is a critical piece in the puzzle, and it's really just about bringing awareness and accepting and allowing it. It's not about fighting it or trying to resist it or trying to ignore it or run away from it. That simply just won't work, and it'll just persist. And there's a famous saying is, what you resist will persist. So I do encourage you to take the time to really be really honest with yourself, because that's the person who you're going to really hurt. If you're lying to yourself, you're not really lying to anyone else. You're just making your life so much more difficult for you. So until next time, keep living your love, share your passions and joy with the world, and keep living on purpose. Thank you.